Okay, so let's pretend that, like we were talking about, you're playing a new instrument that you've never approached before. First, just hold, like we're just going to be doing the boring memorization portion initially. First thing we talked about, theoretically at home, just getting comfortable. My feet are flat on the ground. I'm chilling position. And then as opposed to studying the instrument that way, which could have been the thing that was contributing your arm hurting, your arm swung around the instrument such that whatever this bone turns out to be called, it uses physics to hold the instrument there where you're just kind of at rest and then you can strum pretty naturally in that position. So that's right arm, and our goal is to not have the instrument end up down there. Part of that is, as opposed to positioning with this part of your instrument centered, where it naturally goes in that direction, kind of hang it off the other side a little bit, which is literally move to the right with your instrument. And then, as we can see, it just chills in the position we want it to be in. So it's kind of like, as opposed to I'm in the middle, boom, I'm hanging on this, which combined with my arm is steadying it that way, is going to be like how you play. So there we go. The other thing we talked about is right now you're kind of like this, which is a very natural inclination, wanting to see your fingers. So yeah, like we said during the lesson, it's already a lot to ask of our hand to get all the way out here in normal position. So yeah, it's neither straight up and down, nor what you were doing, but kind of split the difference. Here's what I do when telling people how to do this. Get the guitar about this close to yourself, sit up straight, and just put it in like that. And like we said during the lesson, you should have to just go to see the frets all the way down over here. Like, you should just have to go, oh yeah, there, I can see them. That's a good way to test if you're... But yeah, there it is, just like this, and then boom, boom, like that, not boom, like that. So that's holding the guitar. And I'd actually like you to stop the video right now at home and just work on dealing with that with your feet flat on the ground, and or if you actually feel like you want to have your right leg or left leg up higher, chances are it would be your left leg. You can put it on a book or something. It's like training wheels, if you find that that's helpful or anything along those lines. But yeah, there we go. So just kind of, that's how to hold the guitar. And all of the other things you're mainly dealing with are the same things that everyone does, like we discussed. So hey, your left elbow moves. When we're down in this part of the fretboard, which you've been doing right now, I give up on not having dinged guitars.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Like, this is you right now with your thumb off to the side. And we just want straight up and down. Whether you're over the top or in this position, what we're trying to avoid is creating distance back here. And that's what's happening with your thumb. It's like the same thing as going up here or whatever.
It's easier to move your fingers when it's straight, too.
Of course.
This is like way harder.
Yeah, and that's because you haven't moved your elbow away from your body one single time until you just tried that. So that's what's up. We can get our elbow away and then you're more perpendicular to it without it being down there and all the way over there. While we're at it, the base would be like here, so that first fret would be like there, even farther. Cool, so that's just holding the instrument. So right now, just probably work on that for a second, and then pick one single chord that you're good doing. Pretend the concept rhythm does not exist. Just take however long it takes to get both arms ready and both feet ready, and strum a little bit, But seriously, take however long it takes. It's embracing this starting position part of the process that makes it take less time, even though it seems like it's painstakingly taking more time. And then the rest of everything, with the exception of a couple specific things we noticed, like flop down finger, oops, I need to be coming straight in at the strings, and that when you're hearing the sound, either by definition that you're not pushing down hard enough, the answer's easy for that, or that you're touching that string with another part of your finger. So as opposed to going like what you're doing right now, you could actually just pick through one note at a time and see what's happening and figure out how to correct it. So yeah, I think it'd be great to move away from exactly the chord changes you've been playing in exactly the order you have. But let's just focus on that for now. And like we were talking about during the lesson, if the song goes A minor C, and it's like, or something like that, initially you're just pretending the song goes, you just saw one chord. Oh, sorry, I'm down a whole step, so I'm doing what your hands are, I just am in the wrong wrong key.
Oh, that's
from the
okay.
last jam session. Cool. So there we are. So if we were, doing this from the beginning again, you would just be going, okay, I got my right hand comfortable with doing the strumming pattern for this song without trying to do any left hand changes whatsoever. And it's down, down, up, up, down, up.
Down, down, up.
Up, down, up. Yeah, so that's it. So think about what you're actually doing, and let's eliminate the concept rhythm. At first it seems counterintuitive when there's two ups in a row, but now there is. Part one, down, down, up, down, up. Yeah, cool. And so down, down, up, down, up. Yeah, and that's how you've done it a number of times. That's that strumming pattern, the dum, di, jingy, jingy. So let's make that the first thing you're going to work on, and, in your practice at home. And what you're going to do is,
Just forgetting that you're I'm so sorry.
Sorry, kid, you're fine. So yeah, just sit on one chord, and something like A minor as opposed to C would be better, where if you hit all 6 strings, it still kind of sound okay. And get good at that rhythm we were just working on, so putting the focus on your right hand entirely. Till that, and pretty quickly to get on autopilot. We have a strategy for order of operations on that. 1, play it really slowly, trying to just get through it once. And then going, I did it once, reset. I did it once, reset, until that gets easy. Then go, I did it twice, reset. I did it twice, meaning you successfully got through the strumming pattern 2 times. And then at that point, switching to now and looping it over and over again should seem like a formality. But either way, there's this stage of the game where you can be playing really slowly and you're just trying to do it one time successfully. Again, the whole key is staying consciously focused on what you're doing. So there we go. Right now, we're just working on right hand on its own, your strumming hands, and how to hold the instrument. Left hand stuff, we're going to take the same exact approach. I want you to put your arm behind your back or do whatever you have to do to actually just mind-numbingly spend time learning the first chord change in whatever song you're working on. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm kind of speaking metaphorically, but just this isn't the part where we play fun shit. This is the correlate to what you were just doing with your right hand when you were learning the strumming pattern. That would apply to all the subsequent chords. And noticing things consciously, okay, for instance, when I switch to D, I tend to, put my finger there and then move it. So the whole trick is not to guess, but be consciously focused on what you're doing and feel like there's no time limit to how long it can take to get between the changes initially. But either way, there we go. And another tip was the half and half chords thing. If you find yourself thinking of C when you first learned it, as this then this, this then this, you could make yourself go this then this, this then this, and when you've already gotten somewhat good at it. And there's an element to this that we talked about during the lesson of just going after it when you've already done the mind numbing back and forth and you feel okay, kind of. But I do mean 10 minutes. And then, you saw how much you improved just for doing it for 90 seconds. So if 10 minutes is too much, 5 minutes, you're going to get better at that chord. So right now we just isolated your right hand, isolated your left hand, and then theoretically in your song, you would pretend it ended at the first strum of the second chord. You would just be going until you could successfully do that. And then you would pretend the song started at that second chord. And just be working on the next change, but after you'd spend a million years going back and forth between those 2 chords. And that's your process for learning songs. Finish as you go, and just F rhythm, there's this stage of the game where you're just going over dance steps.